Hello and welcome to Trish Polish. I'm Trish and my goal is to swatch as much of the nail polish in Japan as I possibly can. If that sounds like something you'd also be interested in, please consider subscribing. If not, that's okay too. It's still nice to see you. Stop wearing Halloween hats, you say?
Never.
So, I've got somewhat of a confession to make. I have been obsessed with making press-on nails. Obsessed. I can't stop. I can't stop buying gel. I can't stop buying full coverage tips. I can't stop buying nail parts and stones and all that good stuff. So, I thought I would take my little obsession, put a Halloween spin on it, and share it with you guys. Let me just throw out the caveat that, I am not a nail artist. I'm not an artist in general. I can barely draw a stick figure. But I feel like with gel polish, at least I stand somewhat of a fighting chance because if I screw it up, I can wipe it off. If I want to mess around with it, redraw it, whatever, I have all the time in the world I want until I cure it because it's not gonna stay put until you cure it. Does that make sense? So, with all of that said, like I said earlier, today's video is just a little different because we are going to make Halloween press-ons together. Nail tips, gel tips. It's not Gel X, we're not using the expensive stuff. Anyway, I'm like weirdly nervous about sharing this with you guys, so I'm starting to ramble. So let me stop rambling and let's get into it. Today we'll be using these long almond full coverage tips from Shein. They're like 300 yen for 180 nails, so that's kind of amazing. So about sizing, I tend to wear the same sizes for my thumb, middle, and ring finger in most nail tips, but for some reason my pointer and pinky finger are always different, especially with these Shein nails. After sizing, it's time to buff the shine off. I've heard mixed opinions on if this is necessary or not. Like some people say it's necessary to buff the shine off so that the gel has like a rough surface to stick to. Anyway, we're going to err on the side of caution and I'm going to buff these with a 180-100 grit buffer. The higher the number, the finer the grit, so we will use the 180 grit side today. After buffing all of the nails, you should end up with something like this, and then I like to wipe my tips with alcohol to make sure all of the dust and possible finger oils are gone and it's a nice and clean surface. And finally, we can base coat everything. I am using the Model 1's base coat today. We're just going to slather that on all of the nails and then stick them in the lamp for a full 60-second cure. Right, so the game plan is something like this. For the French tip base on the thumb and the pinky, I'm using Madame Glam's Playa. It's sheer and peachy in just the look I'm after. Then for the actual French tip, we're going for a patched up Frankenstein's monster, so lime green Jenna from Madame Glam. Middle finger has more Frankie stitches, so Jenna all over here too. Ghosty background gets Madame Glam's Pink About You. The black and white gels that I'm using today are from the brand Tomika. You can't really have Ghosts and Frankie without those. These gold gels are from Daiso for accents. And finally, we are using these little star studs from this little case I got from Daiso. I am using 2 coats of polish on all of the nails, and I am curing in between. Also, super quick, so that this video is not like an hour long, I'm only showing one hand. Like, I'm doing the same thing on both hands, so y'all don't need to see it twice, right? Anyway, now on to the world's tiniest palette. Dabbing on little bits of green and black and white for the stitches and for Frankie and all of that good stuff. Hi, my name is Trish and I currently still suck at French tips. I always start off by drawing this really weird A shape or it won't be remotely even. And honestly, it was like right about now that I was questioning my design choices, but we shall carry on. the freaking struggle was no joke. Like, luckily I have this handy dandy silicone brush to help smooth out the lines. I mean, like, it doesn't have to be perfect here because we're just going to paint black and stitches all over it anyway. You'll see what I mean in a second. But I am an A-type Virgo perfectionist, so fun. So while all of that's curing, it's time for some happy little stitches on our middle finger. Or really just slashy lines and tally marks. Easy peasy and into the lamp. Ghosty time! Yeah, I know. Why didn't I use a dotting tool first? Because, I kind of forgot. It's fine, it's fine. Like, a vaguely ghostly shaped body will do, because it's just gonna look like a blob until we get a face on it anyway. Ghosties! So I probably should have done these facing the other way, but it's fine, it's fine. Moving on. Yeah, and again, I should have used a dotting tool for the face, but it's fine. I decided our ghosties needed rosy cheeks because it's cute. I'm adding gold randomly around the little ghosty because I just want a little bit of sparkle, so dab, dab, dab. Start time! I used a stone gel for this, but I probably didn't really need to go that far because I only needed a little bit, so we're gonna dab it on and set our stars. Cured that, and it's top coat time. I'm using Model 1's non-wipe top coat over all of the nails today. It's my favorite gel top coat right now because it's nice and shiny and it is non-wipe. And here we have our ghosty Frankie nails. I think these turned out pretty freaking cute. What do you think? I mean, sure, there's a couple of things I could have done differently, but you know, you don't learn unless you make mistakes, right? I know these probably aren't that long for a lot of people, but they are super freaking long for me, and I gotta figure out how to type in these. If you've made it this far, thanks for following along, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. So what do you think? Are making gel tips something you would also like to try? Are you interested in nail art at all? Leave me a comment down below and let's have a chat about it. So I'm honestly having a ton of fun trying out different nail art techniques, different styles, different tips, long crazy nail, these are long for me, different nail shapes. I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up dabbling into acrylic or polygel or something like that in the future, but for now, I think I'm gonna stick with tips because it's freaking fun. I enjoy trying new designs. Am I any good at it? Yeah, probably not, but you know what? Practice, practice, practice. And if I had a crystal ball, I would probably tell you that you will see more videos like this in the future because I am having a ton of fun trying out new things and I would love to share them with you guys too. So in addition to regular nail polish reviews, you're probably going to see more gel polish, you'll probably see more tips. Yeah, no, we're just going to be an all-encompassing nail channel.
Probably.
So that's going to be all for me today. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And if you'd like to hang out and talk some more about nail polish, Japanese nail polish, nail stuff in general, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos on Mondays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy almost Halloween, and y'all have a good week.